Welcome to the Analyzing the SUPM Content Delivery System lesson. In this lesson, you follow Solucell as they configure live update and monitor a live update session on the SUPM. You also examine how the SUPM stores content after a download and then monitor content distribution to the clients. The lesson objectives are shown in the slide. This is the Describing Content Updates topic. By default, the SUPM downloads content from Symantec Live Update and distributes content to clients. If your company requires an internal Live Update server, you can configure the SUPM to download content from an internal Live Update server. When using an internal Live Update server, you must configure a separate computer to install and use the Live Update Administrator utility. Configuring an internal Live Update server is covered in the Introducing Content Updates Using Live Update lesson. In this topic, you describe the Live Update sources for the SUPM and clients. The SUPM can download content from Symantec Live Update servers and internal Live Update servers. There are several content update paths available for the Windows client. The Windows client can download content directly from the SUPM, and you can also configure a GUP, known as a Group Update Provider, to act as a content proxy. The slide shows the SUPM downloading content from Symantec Live Update servers in both instances. The SUPM provides content directly to clients in one or more Group Update providers. Mac and Linux clients can retrieve content only through Live Update. However, Live Update can be configured to point to multiple content sources, directly to the internet, using an internal Live Update server, or using the SUPM configured as a reverse proxy. Choosing a content distribution method relies on the client's operating system. Windows clients have the largest choice to match the most demanding environmental constraints. When using the SUPM as a content distribution method, the management server communicates at regular intervals with the client. The intervals are known as heartbeats. On heartbeat, the client publishes its current state and, when necessary, receives from the SUPM a new content update. The GUP acts as a content proxy for a remote site where the WAN link is relatively small. Any SUP client can become a GUP by policy configuration. The GUP centralizes all content requests for the remote branch and minimizes the amount of content downloaded from the SUPM. An internal Live Update server is a separate software installation that provides a centralized content repository for all platforms. The internal Live Update server can also work as an automated definition validation server where content is distributed first to a few systems for testing. It helps ensure that no false positives occur on the production systems. After the validation completes, the content is rolled out to the production network. Each SUP client can also be directed to retrieve content from Live Update servers on the internet. By retrieving content from Symantec directly, it ensures that clients have content updates anywhere and anytime. It is also important for keeping systems outside the corporate network up to date. This is the Configuring Live Update on the SUPM topic. By default, the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager downloads content updates from public Symantec Live Update servers. Symantec Endpoint Protection clients then download these updates from the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager. Content includes virus definitions, intrusion prevention signatures, and host integrity templates, among others. When you configure the SUPM to download updates, you make the following decisions about your site. Ensure communications are open on the firewall for the Live Update client. Define whether the Live Update source is a Symantec public Live Update server or an internal Live Update server. Determine the number of content revisions to keep in the SUPM database or on disk. Create a Live Update schedule to determine how often you want to download updates. Choose the platforms to download. Platforms can include 32-bit Windows, 64-bit Windows, Mac computers, or a combination of platforms. Determine the type of content to download and which languages to download. A site is defined as one or more subdomains within a single database. Only one subdomain in a site downloads content from Live Update. Other subdomains in the site retrieve their content from a shared database. The Live Update client on the subdomain connects over TCP ports 80 for HTTP, 443 for HTTPS, as well as 21 for FTP. The process that connects to the Symantec Live Update servers is lucom server x_x.exe, where x_x is the Live Update version. For example, lucom server 3_3.exe. KB article on the slide provides the required ports and URLs for Live Update. By default, the server used as the source for downloading Live Update content to the subdomain is the Symantec Live Update server. When you select Use the default Symantec Live Update server, unless you are using a proxy server, there is no additional configuration. You can also configure the subdomain to connect to a proxy server to access the internet and download content from Symantec Live Update. For instructions, see the Symantec Endpoint Protection 14 Installation and Administration Guide and refer to Configuring Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager to connect to a proxy server to access the internet. Internal Live Update servers are often used in dark networks, where the subdomain clients are not allowed to access the internet, such as public utilities and government. When you select Use a specified internal Live Update server, you must configure the location of an internal Live Update server and select Edit Source Servers. You need the following information to communicate with an internal Live Update server: server name, description, URL, and username and password if required. In Site Properties, access Disk Space Management for downloads below the Live Update tab. Specify the number of content revisions maintained by the subdomain. Keeping multiple content revisions enable clients to stay up to date with the latest content. It also allows rollback of content definitions. For example, if your clients are experiencing problems with the latest definitions, you can roll back current definitions and have your clients return to a good set of definitions. Enabling the Store Client Packages Unzipped provides better network performance for upgrades when this option is enabled. When disk space is an issue, you can disable this option. Note that Live Update releases content 3 revisions a day, which mean that 21 revisions is equal to a week's worth of content. You'll learn more information on this topic on the following slide. In Solucel's environment, Angela is considering how many content revisions to keep in their environment. Because they manage 20,000 endpoints, she retains 1 month's worth of definitions. For small and medium-sized businesses, Symantec recommends that you keep 2 weeks' worth of definitions. For large enterprises, Symantec recommends that you keep 1 month's worth of definitions. For example, if your subdomain is configured to keep 42 content revisions, that means approximately 14 days with 3 content revisions per day. If a client checks in with a subdomain within that 14-day limit, the subdomain will create a Delta package for the client to download. If a client is more than 42 content revisions out of date, meaning 2 weeks out of date, the client downloads the full package or a full definition set. Note that the number of content revisions to keep depends on the need to balance network bandwidth usage with the amount of available hard drive storage on the subdomain. You make this determination based on the specific network requirements and limitations to your organization. This slide shows whether the clients download full or Delta content, how many times a day Symantec releases definitions, and why a client may receive a full definition set as opposed to a Delta. To specify when you want the subdomain to download Live Update content from Symantec's Live Update servers, you can configure the frequency by selecting one of the following options: continuously, every, leave the default setting of every 4 hours or change to a different setting, daily, enter the start and end time, the retry interval in minutes, and the retry window in hours, weekly, enter the start and end time, the retry interval in hours, and the retry window in days. If you have Windows 32-bit computers, select Windows 32-bit. For Windows 64-bit computers, select Windows 64-bit. For Windows 32 and 64-bit, select Windows 32-bit and 64-bit. For Mac, select Mac. For Windows 32 and 64-bit and Mac, select all. Note that for Mac, IPS signatures are downloaded to the SEPM to create exceptions. These signatures are not distributed to Mac clients. The content definition types are shown on the slide. More information about live update content types are found in the Symantec Endpoint Protection 14 Installation and Administration Guide. For example, more details on submission control signatures are found in the About Submitting Information About Detections to Symantec Security Response section. Note that Symantec does not currently push client upgrades through live update, only security patches. The option to download security patches from Symantec or internal live update servers is enabled by default in the assigned live update settings policy. Security patches can be delivered to clients from the management server, live update server, or group update provider. The content types to download pane includes all download options by default. To make changes, click Change Selection and change the list to remove any content not required in your environment. Symantec recommends that you initially download all content types for SEP 14 clients. After you become familiar with the content types, disable any that are not applicable to your environment. The content size to download pane includes both download sizes by default. To make changes, click Change Selection and change the list to remove content that is not required in your environment. Symantec recommends that you initially download both content sizes for SEP 14 clients. If you are certain that none of your clients are dark network clients, you can disable what is not applicable in your environment. Note that for organizations migrating to SEP 14, download Legacy Client until all of the clients have been upgraded. This slide shows you which language to choose. English is the default. This is the Monitoring a Live Update session topic. Angela wants to know how she can verify that live update is running. In the Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager, she can click Servers below Admin and then choose Show Live Update Status. To determine if the SEPM has current virus definitions, browse to the Servers section below the Admin tab. Click Show Live Update Status to see if a live update session is running. You can also reference the home page to see whether new definitions are available for live update. If clients have outdated definitions, click Show Live Update Downloads. You can examine the revision and download time for content. If outdated, select Download Live Update Content to retrieve new content. In addition to running live update from admin servers, local site, download live update content, you can also run live update from the SEPM homepage or the welcome screen. From a script, you can run lul.exe that enables you to run a live update session from the SEPM. On first download, a full content package is stored for each operating system that is used in your organization. This slide shows you how content is optimized by generating forward and reverse X deltas on subsequent downloads. When the SEPM and the client have a content revision in common, the SEPM can use it as a base for a delta to send to clients. Clients can apply that delta to the same base locally to get latest content. Deltas are typically much smaller than full packages, which results in major bandwidth savings. An incremental delta is a delta file of minimum size that can exist between two adjacent revisions available on the SEPM. There are two types of incremental deltas available. Incremental forward deltas allow the SEPM to create content changes between a previous and future revision. Incremental reverse deltas allow you to roll back revisions and have the client download the changes using a delta. See examples for both types on the slide. This slide shows you how content is downloaded to the SEPM for distribution to SEP clients. When monitoring activity in the live update and SEPM logs, reference the logs listed on the slide. SEPM Live Update uses log.liveupdate and records download activity. Apache Tomcat uses scsm.lu.log, scm-serverx.log, and delta content task.log to record when new definitions are saved to the database. This slide shows example live update log entries. This is the managing content on the SEPM topic. Angela wants to know how she can quickly see the content updates installed on the SEPM. In the SEPM inet pub folder, choose the contentinfo.txt file. Definitions are stored in Program Files x86, Symantec, Symantec Endpoint Protection Manager, inetpub, Content folder. You can define the name of each folder in the contentinfo.txt file. This slide shows where definitions are stored. This slide shows the folder relationship to stored definitions. This slide shows where the full definition set is stored. The SCSM-LU log records when live update is run on the SEPM for any reason. It records what happens internally after the content is downloaded. For example, unzipping content. The SCSM-LU.log is located in the SEPM Tomcat logs folder. This slide shows that new content is available and is being published to the SEPM inbox for client distribution. For more information on the SCSM-LU log, see the KB article shown on the slide. This is the monitoring content distribution to the client's topic. When configuring live update for clients, you choose a content distribution method. You can also specify the content to install. However, this is optional. Note the default configuration for live update content policies is for the clients to download the latest available. Your other options are to select specific revisions for particular content types, which keeps the client at that revision until you manually change the content policy. For information on how to update content and definitions on the clients, see the KB shown on the slide. Use a live update content policy to test an update first before installing the update on clients. To test the update, you assign the live update content policy to a small group of client computers and a test group. You can also circumvent a confirm false positive with a live update content policy, although setting an exclusion or waiting for a rapid release definition is the best approach. For more information on this topic, see the KB article listed on the slide. If Solucell is troubleshooting content distribution issues to the client, Angela can ask the following questions. In the live update settings policy, how do clients retrieve updates? You can see the content update channels in the live update settings policy. Angela can see whether the policy is configured to distribute content from the SEPM, live update, or group update provider. Is the appropriate content enabled in the live update content policy? You can review the live update content policy and ensure that the corresponding content types are enabled. Is the content set to the latest revision or a specific revision in the live update content policy? This means that ensuring that the live update content policy is set to a specific revision or using the latest content. You can also withdraw the live update content policy if you want your endpoints to use the latest revisions. If clients download content from the SEPM, does the SEPM itself have the content? Review live update downloads and ensure the SEPM has ran a new live update. You can also monitor content update activity using computer status reports. The reports listed on the slide can be generated as scheduled or quick reports. For more information on computer status reports and logs, see the KB article listed on the slide. SEPM notifications can also be used to notify the administrator when content is out of date. For example, clients checking into the SEPM with definitions more than 3 days old. You can also configure an alert when too many clients request full definition sets. For more information on notifications, see the KB article shown on the slide. The system logs provide a timeline of content update activity. If you need to validate that clients are downloading content from a GUP or an internal LUA server, you can filter by the content update event type. For more information on this topic, see the KB article shown on the slide. This slide summarizes the lesson. For more information about the topics discussed in this lesson, refer to the resources listed on the slide, and remember to frequently check the Symantec support website.